right, so okay, so here we are going to be working on upcycling a Gucci bag. So I'm gonna wait for just a few minutes to get a couple people in. Okay, and my son will be coming in just a second. Hey love, can you close the door behind you when you come in? Go ahead. Yeah, that's fine. When you get back in, close the door, okay? Hello. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see me okay. Can you guys see me okay? All right. So let's get started, and I'll put you guys right over to here. So I took this bag and I took it apart. So one of my students that I had about 2 or 3 years ago, she has been seeing my work on my Facebook page and my Instagram, and then she reached out to me and said she had an old Gucci bag that's been sitting in her closet for years, and she wants to repurpose it into something, a new bag that she actually likes. So it's a style bag that she actually likes. And so this is the bag, pretty well already taken apart. That's my son eating his snack. No problem. Hi, Monica. You have me on the TV and the boys keep yelling, hi. Hi, boys. That's great. I love it. Okay, so this is the old Gucci bag. It was like an old, like, I don't know what to say. It was like a hobo style, so if I can kind of give you guys an idea. Hello, Miss Tanya. It was a hobo style type of bag. And I have a lot of real estate to work with, and one of the things that she had asked that I do is to reuse this, the authentic Gucci registered mark zip, like the zipper overlay type of thing, and you guys can see it's authentic. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm just going to be cutting it out. Today's going to be just a cutting video. There's no sewing today. Hopefully next week when I get back from Sew Magical Expo is when I will be sewing the bag up. So just to let you guys know. Well, today is only cutting video, but at least it's giving you guys information about if you have a bag that you want to repurpose, you can do that. I see that I missed a couple of seams in here. So down here, there's a seam with like elastic in it. And I just need to take that out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my blade and replace my blade. This one's pretty dull. I've been using it for over a week now. So just gonna get a new one. Just like that. I like the screw-on kind better. I have another kind that's like you flip it on and then you push it in between things, and I don't like that one because I'm afraid I'm gonna cut myself with that one. So I like this one better. The other one's prettier because it's rainbow, but this one I feel like I'm gonna be safer with it. All right, there we go. Put that in the trash. All right, so I'm just gonna go through here and I'm gonna just separate the layers really fast, just to kind of cut anything that needs to be taken out. The idea is to make this as flat as possible, so that way when I go to cut the pattern out of it, I'm going to be able to use as much of the real estate as I can. I know, I was very excited when she came to me and was like, can you upcycle this for me. She's like, I love your work. I love what you've been doing. She's like, I took classes with you. I was like, yeah, I remember you. So she's like, yeah. So I would really want you to do this for me. I was like, okay. Okay, so just kind of getting here and kind of. The reason my blades get so dull so fast is because there's a lot of glue in here. So they used a lot of glue with this bag. Just gonna keep moving along. If you guys have any questions or anything like that along the way, just shout it out. I'm just taking off the, like, there's little pieces of elastic that keeps it kind of scrunched up. Alright, almost there. Just want to take all those little pieces of elastic. Like I said, I really want to make sure that this lays flat so I can get as many pattern pieces out of it. And then she asked that I make the, whatever I had left over, she wants me to make a Triskel wallet with it, and that's by Sonar Patterns. And that'll be a separate cutting video as well. And a separate sewing video. So I've got plenty of videos lined up for the next couple of weeks for you guys to see what I'm doing. Okay, good. And I've got my iron on so that I can press this off once I get everything off. So see, the rest of it just comes right on off because I had already seam ripped it. I just hadn't taken off all of the elastic, like little bitty pieces down here. So this is all, this discoloration you're seeing here, this is just what's it called? Rubber cement or some type of a glue that they used to keep everything together. It's common practice with leather. Now this is not a leather, this is like a, almost like an upholstery weight type of fabric that has their brand woven into it. Okay, so that's one piece. Okay, and then we have this second piece. Like, so we have two large pieces. She gave us a lot to work with this bag. She's like, I didn't like this style anymore. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Okay, that one came away pretty easily. And then down here, the elastic. We just have a couple of parts that have the elastic still in it. So I'll show you where this comes in handy. Once I get a good amount to kind of like hold on to. You don't have it yet. All right, now that I got a good amount to hang on to, I could literally just go like this. And just cut the thread. How do you guys like my new setup? Is it good? There we go. So if any of you guys have been to my studio before, like what here at the sewing room, I'm in my office, and I pretty much have made 3/4 of it completely my like studio space, not just for filming, but also for me to do all of my production work and things like that, all of my commissions. I could just sit down and do it here. So I'm trying to get all of my bag making things and stuff inside this one space, or at least out of the way in the other room, so when I need to go get something that's rare, that I'm not disturbing classes as they're taking place, because we are going to start doing a lot more daytime classes, and during the daytime I don't want to mess anybody up. Okay, almost there. Just gotta pull more little pieces through here. Okay, looking good. All right, all the elastic and everything is off of this now. So now I'm gonna take this piece and put it aside. And look, they use double-sided tape. See that? They use double-sided tape when they do their stuff. Put that right there. All right. Take all this and put it in the trash. Okay, let's keep moving. I'm gonna just steam this down just a little bit and I'll be right back. The only thing I don't have next to you guys is the iron. Using a lot of steam, and I'm steaming it from the back side, not the front. I don't want to damage the front of it. Okay, here we go. Look how big that is. Oh, that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous, that's gorgeous, that's gorgeous. All right, let me get the next piece. This other piece has a lot more glue to it, so I'm making sure not to, I'm using a Teflon sheet over it as well. Just because I don't want to mess up my iron. And there we go. So now another piece. Wham. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Look at that. It's so pretty. All right. So let's start getting some pattern pieces. Okay. So I know for the Trisco wallet, I'm going to need a big chunk for the back piece. So I'm going to try to get as many pieces out of one piece as I can, and then work my way around the second piece. As a backup, I also have some really nice leather that I could use as some accent pieces to really just put the whole bag together. So this is going to be like a whole design process. Here you guys are going to see me doing. All right. So I have leather. I've got this bag. All right. Let's get some pattern pieces. So some of these are on the fold, and this is a lining piece. I'm going to set this piece aside because we don't need any lining pieces. The pattern also comes with additional measurements for cutting for handle connectors, handles, interior zipper pockets, zipper end tabs. So I think a lot of those things, with the connectors and so on, I think I'm going to do that with the leather. So I'm not going to do that with that, so I'm just going to put that to the side. This is the center, back center panel. This is the small center panel. This is the front top panel. Like, so there's a zipper that gets done with this bag, but we're not doing the zipper portion. We're doing it so it's all one piece. So this is like our panel pieces, pretty much what we're going to do. This is a piece for a stabilizer, so we'll put that aside. I'll be using Peltex as well as Decaville Light to keep everything together. This is we'll need this out of lining, and I think for this I'm going to be using the leather at the bottom of the bag, so it doesn't get as dirty and things like that. So I'm going to be using the leather for the bottom of the bag on that. And then this is the lining piece, so we can set this aside because the lining is also not needed. So really all we need are these pieces on the fold. Now I'm trying to decide because I know she had a zipper with this, but I don't know if I want to use that for an exterior zipper or an interior zipper, because this was kind of like, you know, it was like, this was the bag, this was just the lining. The lining I kept intact. Look how big that was. Look how ginormous that bag was. It was enormous. So let me go in here and see what I can find. See these side pieces? And this is leather, so I can use these as well for some of the accent pieces or tabs or anything else like that. It also came with this guy here. I don't know how I can incorporate that, but I would love to try to see if I can incorporate this somewhere like on the side. But we'll have to see how it goes. Yes. Because it's, look at that ring. Oh, it's so pretty. And this is like a side piece at the bottom where everything kind of ruched together. That was another piece. That was, so the bottom corner pieces had these accent pieces. Okay, and then this is like a little tag that says Gucci on it. And it has a serial number and everything is actually like what number it was and everything. It's really cool. I like to keep everything inside the lining. So let's see here. So we have this zipper here that we can repurpose, but it's metal. So the only problem with that is I don't have, well, I kind of do, those little clipper things to break it off and everything, and you just have to be very careful when you're sewing past the zipper portion. So we'll see, because I may be able to repurpose this to be the zipper on the outside and then just use one of my zippers for something on the inside. Okay, and then this is the pocket piece. So I'll be using the lining pieces here as much as possible for the lining pieces for this bag as well. I'm trying to repurpose as much as possible with this bag. So these are all extra, like this was piping, right? I don't think I'm able to use the piping because it's a pretty rough shape. The piping is in pretty rough shape. There might be portions of it that might be large enough for me to be able to use, but I'm not sure yet. So that's gonna be something we'll look into later. Okay. No. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna put these guys back. We'll see if we can incorporate some of that into the bag. Okay. Whew, my nose is itchy. All right, let's see what we can get out of this one piece here. So this is the back panel and this is the front panel that will have a zipper. Okay. And that's pretty much it. So that's why I'm like, I love that she picked this bag because it's not too many pieces, but it's enough to really make a statement. I think no, there was like a side piece. Stabilizer, pocket, lining. Yeah, I don't see anything else. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not missing any pieces because I don't want to cut it and then be like, oh yeah. I don't think so. Oh, look at me trying to put that in there. I don't have the instructions printed off here, so let me look it up real fast. Like I said, I don't want to cut this up and then think I have extra and then I don't. let's look up the pattern. What have you guys been up to lately? Yeah, there's like a side piece. I'm missing the side piece. I thought so. Small side panel. Yeah. Let's see if it's in here and I just didn't notice it. Small side panel. Large, center. Large. Large side panel. Directions. Yeah, I don't have the side panel. Very, very interesting. Alright, so I'm going to have to print that piece off so that I can use that piece. Because obviously I'm going to need that side panel. It's the large centerpiece. Alright, let me print that off real fast. Just get 5 pieces of those. Alright, so that's going to be, I need a small side piece. Let's see if I can print it. Hopefully my printer doesn't act up, because if it does, hi Nova! Shanova! Okay, let's see here. I don't want all pages. I want a range. I can't believe I misplaced these pattern pieces. Side panels. That's page 15 and page 16. 15 to 16. Just making sure everything is correct. All right, should be printing. There it is, it's printing. So the reason I'm not going ahead and just start chopping things up right now is I really want to make sure that I can get as much as I can out of one piece, and I like to audition it out on the fabric before I cut out anything, just to make sure I have everything. This is one of the 2 pieces that I have available to use, so I can do that. That's the lining. Lining. Shanova, have you ever made this bag? The ugly naked guy? Okay. All right. I'm trying to get this thing to orient the right way. Oh well. I guess if you guys say something, I'll be able to see it, but. Are you guys sideways or straight up and down? I can't tell. Oh, yeah, you guys should be good to go. Okay, so just wanted to make sure if anybody says anything, I can see you. All right, so let's cut this up and then use my Scotch tape. I was actually cutting out Shanova's pattern yesterday when, and that's why I already had everything kind of set up here for me to do pattern cutting. How's the bag you're working on coming along, Shanova? You're probably elbow deep in it right now. Okay. So I only need, yeah, that's 1 inch. Let's just double checking. I need this piece and pattern piece B. So B and B go together. I think that Jen does a really good job of with her pattern pieces and really placing them, you know, strategically, so that if you are having to do piecing, it's not like a small piece and then you have to go somewhere else and it's just like wasting paper. In other words, I think she does a really good job of thinking about like placement for pattern pieces. Okay, and that's center top. We don't need that. Don't need that one. That away. I can tape this together. Go. There it is. I didn't have time to go over there and put cardstock in, so it'll do. All right, so let's get to marking this out and laying it out. So I'm gonna flip this over, and this is where I'm gonna do a lot of my marking. I'm going to be using just a chalk pencil, just to do anything that needs it. If I need to erase it or anything like that, I can. Nothing permanent, because obviously I don't want anything going through to the other side. Even though it's pretty thick, I don't probably not going to need anything, but just in case. All right, so let me get my biggest pieces out first. I'm going to need 4 pieces of this. So I think I really am going to end up having to use a good chunk of the other one, because even though these are big pieces, it's a lot of pieces I'm having to use. So let's see here. Take it. I'm gonna get one right there. One, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get. I'll have a little bit left over on the other side, just because this isn't what should call it. Okay, yeah. So this one's gonna need mirrored, just like this one. Yeah, and then this has 4 pieces. That's the thing. So I'm really gonna try to. I want to try to use this the same orientation, but this doesn't have a thing, and it doesn't really have stretch any which way. Well, it does. Well, it's pretty much on the bias anyway. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do as much up and down as I can so it doesn't stretch. But like I said, this is pretty much on the bias here, so I can get away with what I can get away with. So here, Right here, I might be able to get away with that one there. Let's see. Oh, barely. So I can't get that one out of there. Let's see if I can get that one out of here. It's because of this hole that I have right there. Okay. And I'm trying to avoid getting any of the pieces that have punctures in it from the previous stitching, just because I don't want to have to worry about that on the bag. All right, so I did this one this way and that one that way. That one's mirrored, so this one is done. So I can set that aside. And usually what I like to do when I'm done with it is to put a little clippy on it and put it aside, because I know I'm done with that for the exterior. And then this is the centerpiece. Might be able to get, this is like Tetris, guys. 1, 2. Yeah. I think this one here I'm going to use with the other panel, just to really make sure I can get as much as possible out of this bag. Do that one there, do that one there. And then I'm not going to have more than just one right here. One. See, and I can't quite get another one there. I can get one here. But I can get one like this and then have a good span down here for something. Okay. All right. Just talking myself through it. This is not one of those times where you just want to go straight into cutting. You want to make sure everything is laid out pretty well before you go too far. No. Trying to get some good pieces that I can get, like some good accent pieces with. Nope. That's pretty good there. Is that gonna be much different than this way? Yeah, that gives us more that way, so I'm gonna do it this way. Get it as close as I can without going too far into that section. Oh, and I'm going to mark these so that I know so front, top, front, top. Okay, so that I know what they are. Bottom. Okay, that's good. Now this one here, I'm done with this one, so I can take that one, put it over there. All right, let's do the other line. So take this one aside. Let's do this next one. So we're gonna need 4 of these and 1 more of these. So I really think we can get one of these like right up in this corner. And then we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Is what I'm thinking. Let's see, there we can go. 1, 2, 3. No, it's not gonna work like that, so I can go like this. I gotta go like this, I think. This way. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, should work really well. All right, let's see. I'm gonna get close to those edges as much as possible. Oh, I'll move over just a little bit. There we go. Okay. Put that there. All right, now let's get to making some magic happen over here. Okay. Go this direction. See how far up I can really take this guy. You guys playing Tetris with me at home? Because I'm like, oh goodness. Okay, that's 3. That's 1 there. And then it should be. Oh yeah, that should get me. Okay. And 1 more right here. Okay, so let's do it this way because it narrows at this point. Let me double check. So that one's up. That one's up. This one's down. So we need this one to be mirrored. Okay. Almost there. Boop, boop. Ah, perfect. Okay, just like that. So that way we have a good chunk of something right here in case we need it for something. it is harder to trace around just paper than it is if I had my cardstock, because my cardstock is like I kind of like just run up against the edge of the pattern piece. It just makes it easier to mark. All right, so I'm done with that one. All right, so now we're done with all of our exterior pieces. Now we can start cutting out. So this is a side. This is a side. This is a side. And this is a side. Okay. Now we can start cutting. Awesome. Yeah, now we can start cutting. All right, let's say a little prayer over this. Please, Lord, let this bag work out really nicely. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. It's one thing to trace all over it, it's another thing to cut it. I'm just, I'm a little scared, guys. Just a little scared. Okay, let's get into it. Because I got to leave in 20 minutes. So let's cut this bad boy out. Bad boy. All right, and then for the bottom of the bag, I'm going to be using leather. So I'm just going to use a piece of this leather that I have here for the bottom of the bag. I love the smell of leather. It smells so good. All right, let's start cutting it out. I'm cutting it out on the line, like right in between the line. This just feels so nice. Like the backing is like a, almost like a very thin scuba. Feels very luxurious. Feels very luxurious. That's gonna be beautiful. Okay. Put these little pieces on a pile. Some of them I'm going to keep and some of them I'm not, because there's just no sense in having like little pieces like this, you know. I know the exterior of the Triskel has a lot of bigger pieces to it, so I have some of like the side pieces over there, like what used to be the bottom of the bag, right over here. So like this used to be the bottom of the bag. So if I can at least get a portion of the Triskel out of this and then do the flap pieced, you know, that would be great. Or like a piece of leather or a piece of cork to go with it, that would be nice too. But yeah, and I wouldn't have to stabilize this as much. Yeah, she said she wanted like a coin purse or something, but I showed her my Triskel and she loved it. So anything like that would be great. She's something just grab, you know, with a card or something in it and just walk out kind of thing. All right, so when I'm cutting out the pieces, I then like to put the pieces together with the pattern piece itself. So just like that. Some more cookies. Okay, just keep cutting. Just keep cutting, just keep cutting. It just feels very luxurious, guys. Oh, it does. Okay. Okay. And then, yeah. Okay. That I can't keep for anything. That I can't keep for anything. Okay. There's that piece. We got one more piece. Okay, that's there. I can't use that. I really can't use that. I can use this piece though, possibly in this one. So keep all those together along with the little Gucci badge. Okay, put those to the side. Oh, and the zipper. Let's keep the zipper together. If I can reuse it, I would love to. All right, so that's that one cut up. Now let's cut up the second piece. And this was actually piece C. Wasn't it? Yeah, this was C. I'm not sure what I did with it. I know I just put it in there, but all right, let's cut these out. Okay, that's this piece here. I'm just going to double check that, yep, that's going to be mirrored. Okay. So I can still fix it before I cut it. once you cut it, it's kind of hard to fix it. So that's why I was like, let me double check. Okay. That's that one. Okay. I just want to make sure, again, this is like that. Yep. Okay, good. Piece together. Okay, that piece goes together like so. I think this is the last of the pattern pieces that we have to cut from the exterior of the fabric. Next, I'll have to do the bottom from the leather. Go. I can't use that, can't use that, can't use that. But I can use this. Maybe this, maybe all that. Okay, there's the pencil. Okay, so these are all the pieces for the exterior, with the exception of the bottom of the back. So it says to cut 2 exteriors. I cut 2 exteriors on that. So this is the small center bottom piece. This is the front top center piece. It says to cut 2 exterior, 1 exterior and then 1 mirrored, so 2. And then here it's cut 1 exterior and 1 mirrored exterior. That's what we have there. Okay, for our small side panels, it says 2 exterior and then 2 exterior mirrored. So those 2 and those 2. So we've got those pattern pieces cut. Now we are going to work with our leather to get our bottom piece. So this is a piece of leather that I picked up at Tandy Leather with my friend Shanova when she was in town for our sewing retreat. And we had so much fun, guys. We really did. I'm gonna see if I can get this like right from in here. So with leather, you're really trying to use up every square little inch you can possibly use. That's the secret with leather. You really want to make sure that you're using every little tiny piece of it. So with leather, I just don't want it moving on me, and this is something that I've learned along the way. It's just taking a couple pieces of washi tape and then just taking a piece. And I'll come back and trace that in, but at least this way it doesn't move on me. Okay? And let's see here. I just have that bullet mark. I'm going to use my Tandy leather pen. I'm going to see if it shows up. Yeah, it shows up. Maybe not so much for you guys, but it shows up for me. And I will I'll make it closer for you guys to see. Okay, that's fine. A lot of times I'm going to kind of look at it and make sure that the bottom of the bag that the back side of the leather looks okay. Okay. All right, so let's see if you guys can see that. You can kind of see that, right? So I have it, so we can cut it out. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so let's go ahead and cut this out. I have a pair of, this is probably going to kill Jeanette because I'm doing it this way, but I have to so that I can actually get to it. But you know, you can't really use any of that anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and get to cutting. Put that there, that there. Just put that over here. Okay. Okay, so there's the leather piece, and I've already done my markings for my centerpiece, the center marks that the pattern had you mark out. So centers for all of it. That looks so pretty. So what I'm going to do later is I'm going to just skive this down a little bit more. It's a pretty thin leather, but you have to think about it when it's doubled over, right? So I'm going to skive it down just a little bit, not too much more, but that's what I'm going to do. So I'm actually going to transfer my marks to the other side. Since I skived this side, this is going to be gone. That makes sense. All right, and then that's going to be all for today's video because everything else is just out of either the lining or that's it really. So everything that I was going to do from the Gucci bag is done. The Triskel will be a different video that we do. Okay, so I made those marks. Even if you don't have a Tandy leather pen, you can do it. Just make sure you just mark in within the seam allowance just to make sure. So that looks good. There we go. And then out of this, I'm sure I can get the cut piece for the zipper tab. I might be able to. Let's see. Because it's a leather, I don't have to fold it over. So, because it's a leather, I don't have to fold it over. So that's the thing, it's a zipper end tab. But I might just end up using hardware on there because it just will elevate everything if I use a really nice thing. So choices, 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 choices. Because I do have 3 inches there. 1, 2, 3. 1.5. Oh, let's go for it. There we go. We got that little zipper tab right there. I'll skive that as well just to make sure it's nice and thin. And then that is it, guys. That's the bag cut out except for the lining, which is pretty much the same pieces, just out of lining fabric. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this cutting video. Next week when I get back in from Sew Magical Expo that's happening in Orlando, I will do the sewing video of this, and then you guys can see me put it all together. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. Monica, if you're still there, bye guys. Her boys like to say hi to me on the camera. Alright guys, I will see you guys next week.